we talked about it in the past, and we've had personal discussions about it. Fort 13. So all these, when you think of SpeedSoft, you think of SpeedQB. That's why we keep getting our words mixed up. Is SpeedQB is a company, and is a label, almost like I guess like NFL, where
Exactly.
you have football. SpeedSoft, and somebody can correct me because I'm not 100% sure on this, but from my understanding, SpeedSoft is the sport. Milsim is the sport, where SpeedQB is a name. So,
SpeedQB is kind of like a name slash play style. Like
mhm,
you get it. So like you have your, when you play paintball, which I used to play, you got your woods ball, but you got your speed ball.
mhm,
It's and that would be kind of like Milsim being your woods ball,
mhm,
speed soft being your speed ball,
mhm.
and the actual format of SpeedQB is an actual format slash company,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
And that's where you were talking about, if you want to say you're a SpeedQB player or a SpeedSoft player, you need to play SpeedSoft. And 413 has a field they call Splash SpeedSoft. Um, when I first looked at the rules and everything like that, I personally wasn't much of a fan of them, just because the whole toxic side of what Speedsoft is known for and what people don't like about Speedsoft, a lot of the rules at 413 kind of lean on that side, which is kind of we're not much of a fan of. Where SS plays by SpeedQB rules, which we're more of a fan of. And at first we talked about I'm not gonna go 413 just for that reason. And I was sitting here and looking at all the teams that are going to there, or at least trying it out and stuff like that. And I thought to myself, is Speedsoft is still a sport. Yeah, we play SpeedQB. Yeah, we play NFL. When I raced cars, I did fast track racing series, but I still raced different other classes or different other um, companies, networks, whatever we were kind of describing. So Fort 13, and I say unfortunately that wouldn't be the right word. The Fort 13 is a field, which is what we don't have. Battle Cat we had 2 years ago. We were doing SpeedQB there, actual SpeedQB. They allowed us to be a part of it and try to help promote it, and it did not work out. And I think for the reason why it didn't work out is mainly that zone, Anderson, South Carolina, just doesn't have the grounds to make SpeedQB work as much as we really wanted it to. And I don't think Fort 13 will be able to do the same thing. I could be wrong though, just because they're more towards Georgia. I think SS has a fantastic thing going on down there. I hope they keep it up, and I hope they grow it, like I think they will. Um, but 413 at least has a field, which is more than we have here, more than we have in Anderson. So I'm down to go. I mean, rules I'm not much of a fan of, but it's better than not playing at all.
Yeah, I'm the opposite with him. I mean, I'm not sitting here. We're not doing this just to make conversation, but for y'all, this is something we literally talk about, and I'm personally against it. It's just because I enjoy BQB. I've come such accustomed to what SS has done, what the SYG guys have created. I've come to really enjoy it. I appreciate the rules that they have in place. But when you go to the Splash Soft, whatever, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong,
I think it's Splash Speed Soft,
whatever
but
it
yeah.
is, you're taking out rules that I feel like are in SpeedQB for a reason. You're taking out the trigger guards. You're allowing elongated double tap triggers.
Mhm.
There's no mag cap. You can run a drum in there. I mean, and to me, it takes some skill out
Mhm.
of Speed QB players, counting your shots, only doing this, doing that, really working your fingers versus I mean, if you can fit it in a trigger guard, go for it. There's no rule that says you can't.
Yeah.
But, and like SS has implemented a rule so you have to have your hand on the gun. And there's none of this, holding the rifle here and doing this thing. All that's legal at Splash Soft thing. And I just personally don't have any interest in playing that.
It
Not to mention, they only have like 7 barriers on the field, and the
yeah.
field is tiny.
And I think that's the thing about it is why I'm definitely gonna go and excited to go to get something to do something different, and where I can still learn is when it comes to me being a Speedsoft player. I'm no Sosa, I'm no SYG player, I'm no LTD. I am far from that, and I have a lot of work to do. But I encourage, as much as I'm not much of a fan of 413s, how they have their rules laid out. But I know they're trying to attract a wider crowd. They just said, hey, you want to play a competition, a field, come come to our field, come play, come compete. Compared to the public play, get a different aspect of it. So they're inviting more people here, where SS is more. We're gonna play by these rules. Do you want to play the sport? Do you want to play NFL? Do you want to play SpeedQB? Here, this is what we're gonna offer you. 413 is more wider to allow more people to come. So I get all that, but I need practice, and I think 413 I think will allow me to practice, and it's not as far. So I'm traveling at least an hour 30, maybe an hour 45. 413 from us is I probably could get there in less than an hour. So it's somewhere that's a little bit closer. Another field to try out, to get practice at, because I still got a lot of work to do, and I think there's players out there that probably feel the same way, or they should. If they think that they can go out and never play SpeedQB and think they can take on teams like SYG and LTD and Union and all those kind of stuff on their first try, is got to learn real quick that they are far from it. Even when we face those teams, and we've fallen pretty hard, but we're able to compete against them. I've learned where we're strong, and I've learned where we're weak, and I can work on that in places like 413. What's your thought?